Over the last 12 months, we have spent over $9.2 million for this brand and produced over $25 million in sales for them at a 2.79 ROAS with over $16 million in profit. And here's another brand where in the last 12 months, we've spent over $9 million, but produced over $22 million in total sales for them at a 2.51 ROAS with over $13 million in profit. Like any brand, they have good days and bad days, but look at some of these days. On this one day on March 21st, they spent $24,000, but produced over $250,000 in total sales at a 10.35 ROAS with over $228,000 in profit. And let's look at this next big day. On April 23rd, they spent $28,000, but had over $259,000 in sales at a 9.01 ROAS with over $230,000 in profit. And on May 30th, they spent around $32,000, but had $198,000 in total sales at a 6.11 ROAS with over $166,000 in profit. These are the type of results our clients are seeing, and these are the type of results you can experience too. Now we're going to fast forward to today, and we went from just a few $1,000s per month in sales up to nearly $600,000 in 15 months. You can see we nearly 16x the revenue in your Shopify store. So we went up by 1,600%. So essentially we've gone from $2,000 or $3,000 a month in sales, so say $20,000 to $24,000 a year in sales, to we will be well over $800,000 over this next 12-month period. And because our sales are increasing each month, we realistically should be well over $1 million over the next 12-month period. Quick recap of last month and how performance went. So looking at last month, we went up 82%. So our sales were over 118,000. Our conversion rate dropped a bit by 9% down here, but with how much more we pushed ad spend this last month, only dropping 9% with how much of a lift we saw in our revenue is nothing at all. So this is a great sign. Things are holding really well. This is great progress. And even our average order value went up slightly. It went up 4%. So when looking at revenue compared to our ad spend, we spent about $45,000, slightly over, in that same time period last month. So pulling up the calculator, we had about a 2.63 ROAS. And if we look at our orders over here on the far right, you can see our orders went up by 77%. So looking in our Shopify store, our sales have been a little over 1.6 million in the last 365 days. So I've taken these same dates and I've plugged them into Google and Facebook just so we can look at both, so we can have a clear picture of money going out versus money coming back in. In Facebook, you can see we've spent a little over $300,000, so a little over $302,000. In Google, we've spent a little over $22,000. So when we combine our total spend and divide it into our Shopify sales, our ROAS is still actually at a 4.93, almost a 4.94 ROAS. Our goal was to increase our revenue by about 50%. We've actually done about 3 times that. We've increased our revenue by 178% over the last 30 days. We have 2 different campaigns that are going to your webinar that are not going to your Shopify store. You can see those are running at a 4x and a 3.95 ROAS. And as we're just isolating the campaigns that we're sending to Shopify, you can see we're running at a 2.5 ROAS with 382 purchases in the last 30 days. So massive progress for us. Really excited about the direction we're heading, but we will keep you guys posted and continue to scale as long as numbers are looking healthy across the board. So when looking at the last 30 days, we've spent about $4,800 and we've had over $62,000 in sales. So we're almost getting a 13x ROAS on Google right now. So looking at the last 30 days, we've spent a little over $36,000, but our total sales have been over $206,000 just from Google ads alone. So you can see here that we've had 920 purchases at about $39 each, and our ROAS is at a 5.68. This is a great sign, especially with Google being the main driver of our sales right now. So now that we've removed all filters, you can see we've spent $281,000 in total spend, and our total revenue that we've produced from this $281,000 of spend is a little over $571,000 just in the last 30 days. So our ROAS is at a 2.03, which doesn't sound like a lot, but at this level of scale, because this is a digital product with 0 back-end fulfillment, that means for every $281,000 that we spend, that our profit is almost identical, around $281,000 in total profit. So all in all, great progress. I know before we came into the account, you guys were typically sitting closer to a 1.4 to 1.5x ROAS. So I'm really excited to see us sitting closer to a 2x now, especially with this level of scale. Since we've made those changes to your Shopify store, you can see our revenue has gone up by 51%. This is without increasing our ad spend at all, and our conversion rate has gone up by 7%. But what we are seeing as the biggest needle mover here is since we have created those dedicated landing pages to bulk orders, we've seen our average order value go up by 50%. And with that, we see that our revenue went up by 51%. This is without increasing ad spend at all. So essentially free customers, free revenue, and people are just paying more because of how we position those landing pages and how we bundled your products together. So we've spent $45,000, almost $46,000. Our total sales were around $183,000, and our total profit was a little over $137,000, with our ROAS sitting at a 4.0. So all in all, guys, these numbers are looking really good. We're headed in the right direction. We're making progress. Our profit margins are going up. Our ROAS is going up. And this is as we are continuing to increase spend, which is a great, great sign.